What's most important to you when buying windows, siding, or doors? Is it energy savings, cost, quality, or warranty? Window World offers it all by searching Window World today.
Hello and welcome in as we kick off another week here on the WHKY News. I'm Ralph Mangum and today is Monday, August 19th. The WHKY News airs every weekday on over-the-air TV on channel 14.2, and you can also find us online at WHKY.com and on our YouTube channel. In today's top stories, police are investigating a jewelry store robbery in Statesville. WHKY's Arianna Mack has the details.
The Statesville Police Department is investigating a robbery that took place at K Jewelers at 187 Turnersburg Highway. The incident occurred Friday at approximately 12:25 p.m. According to a news release from the Statesville Police Department, officers arrived at the scene to find a suspect armed with a hammer, had threatened store employees and smashed display cases to steal various pieces of jewelry. The suspect then fled the scene in a white BMW, which had a dark cover over the license plate. No injuries were reported during the incident. In response, officers began searching the area while criminal investigators processed the crime scene. A short time later, the suspect's vehicle was found abandoned at the dead end of Pump Station Road, not far from the robbery site. The Iredell County Sheriff's Office provided additional support by setting up a perimeter and deploying a K-9 unit. Despite a thorough search, including a K-9 track and aerial surveillance using a drone, the suspect was not found. The suspect is described as a white male with long dark hair. He was last seen wearing blue jeans, black sneakers, dark gloves, a gray shirt with a short sleeve black shirt over it, and a black covering over part of his face. He was carrying a black and red duffel bag. This case remains under investigation. If you have any information that could assist this case, please call the Statesville Police Department. I'm Arianna Mack for WHKY.
Thank you, Arianna. Hickory City Council will hold its regular meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the Julian G. Whitener Municipal Building on North Center Street. Council will consider the approval of the purchase of a 2024 truck from White's International Truck in the amount of $145,728 for use by the city's Public Services Street and Fleet Division. Also on the agenda is the approval of two contract amendments with KCI Technologies, Inc. for grant administration. One is in the amount of $43,890 for the Snow Creek Pump Station project, and the other is in the amount of $52,000 for the Northeast Wastewater Treatment Facility project. City staff requests Council's approval of a change in an agreement for professional services with Thomas Gordon and Shook Consulting Engineers, Inc. in the amount of $49,897.54, contingent upon NCDOT concurrence. The change has to do with a grant to extend 17th Street Northwest from 9th Avenue Northwest to Clement Boulevard Northwest, which would serve as an alternative to US 321 for local traffic and would provide additional access for Appalachian State University. The funds would be used for design modifications and consulting services related to the project. A budget revision will also be considered, and two public hearings will be held to discuss the voluntary non-contiguous annexation of acreage on Cool Park Road and on 19th Avenue Southeast. Council will also consider several appointments to various boards and commissions. A link to the agenda for Tuesday's meeting in its entirety is posted at WHKY.com. Iredell Health System announced Friday that an agreement to acquire Davis Regional Psychiatric Hospital from subsidiaries of Community Health Systems had been reached. The transaction is subject to regulatory approvals and is expected to close sometime this fall. Plans for the future of Davis are not yet solidified, though Iredell Health System intends to keep the psychiatric facility open and retain current Davis employees. Davis Hospital began in 1920 when Dr. James Davis returned to Statesville after serving in the U.S. Army. He opened the Carpenter Davis Clinic with Dr. Forrest Carpenter, an eye, ear, nose, and throat specialist, on South Center Street, which would later become the Carolina Hotel. After Dr. Carpenter died in 1923, Dr. Davis built his own hospital on West End Avenue. In 1937, Dr. Davis gave the hospital to a nonprofit corporation and became medical director and chairman of the board. He continued to practice at the hospital until his death in 1955. In the years that followed, Davis Hospital was purchased by the Hospital Corporation of America, a for-profit hospital chain, and relocated to Old Moxville Road. Ownership periodically changed over time until the hospital was acquired by its current subsidiary. It transitioned from an acute care hospital to a behavioral health facility in the fall of 2022. Iredell Health System was created in 1952, and Iredell Memorial Hospital, a nonprofit organization, opened its doors on May 1, 1954. The hospital provides comprehensive health care to Iredell and surrounding counties with multiple campuses and other off-site locations. A man faces various charges in multiple counties. The suspect allegedly led police on multiple pursuits. Rob Eastwood from WHKY has this report.
The suspect in this case is charged in 2 counties. He was arrested following reported vehicle and foot chases. As of the time I'm filing this report, the suspect is being held by authorities in Mecklenburg County. An Iredell County court date is scheduled for later this month. 24-year-old Victor Miguel Richardson of Charlotte was arrested on charges filed in both Iredell and Mecklenburg counties. He's charged in Iredell with felony flee to elude arrest with a motor vehicle, along with 2 misdemeanor counts of resisting a public officer, along with a citation of no operator's license. He's charged in Mecklenburg County with larceny of a motor vehicle. This past Friday, just before 4 p.m., Mooresville Police received a request for assistance from the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department regarding a black Ford Expedition entering the Mooresville Police jurisdiction. The driver of the vehicle was said to have a felony warrant for his arrest and was considered to be armed and dangerous, actively fleeing from officers. Mooresville police officers responded to the area of Highway 21 and I-77, made contact with the fleeing vehicle as it exited I-77 onto Highway 21 via exit 33, and began to assist Charlotte-Mecklenburg police in their attempt to apprehend. As the suspect vehicle continued to flee, the offender struck a marked Mooresville Police patrol unit and a civilian vehicle, resulting in minor damage and no injuries. The pursuit continued south on I-77 to the Sam Fur Road area, where stop sticks were successfully deployed and the vehicle became disabled. The offender jumped and ran from the vehicle prior to being apprehended by a Mooresville Police K-9 during a brief foot pursuit. As of the time I'm filing this report, Richardson is in the custody of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. He is scheduled to appear in court in Iredell County on August 27th. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood.
Thank you, Rob. Up next, Arianna, Rob, and I have your Monday crime report. Rob has some Catawba County arrests with suspects facing charges for trafficking heroin and negligent child abuse. Arianna checks in from Caldwell County with arrest for B&E, larceny, arson, and more. In local sports, Jason has preseason news involving Lenoir-Rhine volleyball. In community focus, it's Summer on the Square and Hidden Night, plus back-to-school news from Catawba County. Mostly cloudy with a high in the low 80s and a few thunderstorms in the area in the late afternoon today. We'll be in the low 80s or upper 70s for the rest of the week with only a small chance of rain. Mid 80s for the weekend and then closer to 90 again as we get into next week. Remember, you can always find the latest forecast at WHKY.com. I'm Ralph Mangum and you are watching the WHKY News.